Did Taylor Swift just leak the names of 7 new tracks on her upcoming album? What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren if you're new here, and welcome to my new house. This is a very special edition of my Taylor Swift Tuesday because this is like the second one I've ever done in my brand new house. As you all know, I just moved into a new apartment that I'm obsessed with, but I haven't decorated my room yet. So I have decided to take over my living room today. I hope you like the change in background. It's a little bit more festive up here. I'm Lauren if you're new here, and welcome back to another edition of my Taylor Swift Tuesday. I felt like having a dramatic makeup moment today. I'm wearing this really pretty deep red maroon color. It's actually Origin's new line of bold lipstick. This is not sponsored at all. I'm just really obsessed with this lip color. I wanted to share it with you all. It's called Crimson Calla Lily. The link to this lipstick will be included below, and it's just really pretty. It stays on really well, and I just love this deep color. It's very festive. Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you some clips from a surprise performance that Taylor Swift graced us with last week. Then I'll be giving you an update on a scary situation that happened between Taylor Swift and a stalker of hers this past year. After that, I'm gonna be covering some fun stuff about her boyfriend Joe Alwyn and how he's been in the news recently. And yes, don't worry, I will also be discussing this rumor that's been flying around that 7 possible future song names of Taylor Swift's might have leaked. We definitely gotta talk about that. And then of course, I'll be giving you my thoughts on the 2018 Grammy nominees because You'll just have to wait until the end to hear what I have to say because believe me, I have a lot to say. Okay, so before I jump into that topic, I quickly want to give you an update about something that we talked about last week. It was actually one of the biggest stories of the week. As you all know, last week there were rumors that Taylor Swift had made a secret Instagram account by the name of Lurk1313. It was said that she used this Instagram account to lurk on her fans, and as I suspected, this rumor is not true. The person who owned this account went public and let us know what was going on. Apparently, this person just wanted to make a fan account for Taylor Swift, but they didn't want their friends to find out about it, so she made it private, and that the countdown we saw in her bio was to her birthday on October 3rd. They also apologized and said that they did not mean to cause all these rumors and pretend to be Taylor Swift. I said it last week, guys, and I will say it again. Taylor Nation and Taylor Swift will only contact you from their official, verified blue checkmarks account, whether that's Twitter or Instagram. I promise. What's so crazy is I actually got a message from someone yesterday on Facebook that a fake Taylor Nation account was following them and messaging them and basically pretending to be the real Taylor Nation. I'm saying this as like a PSA. You all need to like be safe online and protect yourselves and realize that you're being lied to if someone claims to be Taylor Swift or Taylor Nation and it's not from their official accounts. The thing is, it's all fun and games to like pretend that you're somebody you're not until a fake Taylor Nation account asks you for your address, and a young fan might be like, oh my god, this is my chance to meet Taylor, and give a stranger their address online. That's where things can get really scary, so please protect yourself out there, guys. Tell your friends if they might think they're talking to Zayn Malik, Shawn Mendes, Taylor Swift online from a random side account or a Finsta. You're not. I swear you're not. Okay, enough with that. Let's get into today's video. I think we can all agree that any day that we get a live performance from Taylor Swift is a good day. Well, last week was one of those days. And it was even better because it was a surprise. No one knew it was coming, and it was magical. Taylor Swift did a surprise performance at the Ally Coalition talent show event last week in New York City. Fun fact, the Ally Coalition was actually co-founded by Jack Antonoff, Taylor Swift's good friend and occasional songwriter. It's a non-profit organization that aims to create a coalition of allies to use their voices and influence to end discrimination against the LGBTQ community. This year's event raised $200,000 and had planned performances from a ton of artists: Regina Spektor, Hayley Kiyoko, Lana Del Rey, and many more. Hayley Kiyoko, however, chose to bring out a very special guest to do a very epic and intimate performance. Of course, it was none other than our girl Taylor Swift, and it's safe to say that the audience freaked out when she announced this. I've been seeing little snippets here and there on Instagram and on YouTube of this night, but one YouTube user by the name of LizaBella2 created a compilation of all of these snips, and I'm gonna show you that video right here. Thank you, LizaBella, for that.
Watching this incredible show, and Hayley is 'cause I know it's delicate. Is it cool outside? Oh, I pretend you're mine all the damn time. Is it cool outside? Oh, is it chill that you're in my head? 'Cause I know it's delicate. 'Cause I know it's delicate. It's delicate.
Super exciting. I loved hearing the audience get so excited. But you guys, my favorite part of the entire performance is right here.
I can't make any promises now, can we, babe? She can make me a dream. 1, 2, 3, let's go! Talk about on the east side where you at.
Look at her face. I love that so much. She genuinely looks so shocked that there are so many Swifties in the audience that know the 1, 2, 3, let's go chant. And I just, oh my God, it makes me so happy that this all started because of Twitter. Woo! I love that it's still alive even though the Reputation tour is over. 1, 2, 3, let's go will forever be a part of the song Delicate. This was a great performance. I love seeing her support for the LGBTQ community, and it's just great to see her perform in general. And it was also conveniently located in New York City, which Taylor Swift obviously has a home in, which makes me wonder, did she spend Thanksgiving there? Obviously Joe doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving because he's not American, but maybe he like came and celebrated it with Taylor Swift's family. And that always leads us back to the age-old question of where in the world is Taylor Swift? Because I know that we are always wondering that, which actually brings me into my next topic. Recently, Bryn Swift on Twitter tagged me on a Taylor Swift news update account by the name of TSwiftNZ on a post that actually gave us a quick update on the new movie adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical Cats, which will be starring Taylor Swift. Apparently, filming will begin in the next few days in the UK, and Taylor Swift will be joined with a pretty epic cast. Taylor will also be starring alongside James Corden, Sir Ian McKellen, Idris Elba, Jason Derulo, Jennifer Hudson, Judi Dench, and Rebel Wilson. That is so exciting. That right there actually makes me think that like she probably has a house or a rental house in England, probably with Joe, somewhere in London that we have no idea about. Which is crazy that we have no idea about it considering how much Taylor Swift is watched and that she probably travels with a really big team of security. You'd think that someone out there would see her go in and out or just be out in London at all, right? Not that I want her location to be revealed at all, because we all know that there are crazy people out there in the world who want to like find out where she lives for really weird reasons. Speaking of her past, stalkers, I am killing it with the transitions today, you guys. Yes. The man who broke into Taylor Swift's NYC home and used her shower will soon be showering with a bunch of other criminals because he will be sentenced to 6 months behind bars, which will also include 5 years probation. He'll serve that probation in Florida, far away from Taylor Swift, and he's been ordered to complete a mental health treatment program. If you all have no idea what I'm talking about, this was a break-in that happened this past April in 2018, where this guy climbed a ladder, broke into her apartment by smashing a window with his hand, and when he got inside, he took a shower and then fell asleep in one of Taylor Swift's beds. So random, so creepy and scary. Thankfully, her house was being renovated at the time, so she wasn't there, but a neighbor tipped off the police that they could hear something really weird going on in there. Guys, what? This is so weird to me. I know that this like already happened forever ago and like trials and sentencing always takes a really long time, but like I would not feel safe going back to my home knowing that someone was able to break in, used my shower. What? That is, oh, that's beyond the creep factor. And then also with this story being publicized, there could be other crazy copycat people out there being like, oh, well, some guy climbed a ladder, broke in, and was able to get into her house so easily, so now I'm gonna try and do it too. And like in New York City, you can't really have 24/7 security on a balcony, can you? I mean, it's freezing there right now. That's just like a really scary thought. We all know that Taylor Swift does have to have 24/7 security, I'm sure. But what else would you do in this type of situation in a big city like that when there are fire escapes and the ability to climb up a ladder? I have no idea what the blueprints of her house look like, how he's able to figure that out, but That's really scary. All right, moving away from that creepy story. Next, I want to talk about 2 to 2.5 really fun stories about Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, and how he's been in the news recently. Joe is such a cutie, and I'm so glad that we're like starting to get to know him a little bit better. Both of his recent movies were just released like in the past month. The Favourite and Mary Queen of Scots, and he's been out and about promoting these movies. He did his first ever talk show on Live with Kelly and Ryan, and I want to show you the clip from that just because I feel like we don't really see him that much, hear him speak. So here's some clips from that.
Nice to see you, man. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you.
Wait, are we your first talk show ever?
Yes.
Ah, well, it doesn't get better than this. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here.
So let's retrace some of the steps on how you got here. So you, as a child, they tell us you were obsessed with Zorro.
I was, yeah. The Antonio Banderas, Anthony Hopkins version, I was madly obsessed with, and I would just watch that VHS until it just completely burned out and died. But I was obsessed with it. I used to run around the house scratching little Zeds under sofas and radiators and tables. And
Your mother must have loved that. Yeah. Now, did you take fencing lessons or anything?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, because of that, me and a friend took up fencing lessons and decided we wanted to, you know, ride around on horses and wave swords and chase Catherine Zeta-Jones. And
At what point did you know that you wanted to pursue your career in acting?
There wasn't really a light bulb moment. You know, I studied it throughout school, and I love watching movies. My dad makes documentaries, so I grew up watching lots of movies. But
You auditioned for one of my favorite movies.
what was that?
Love Actually.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my. Sorry, it's one of my.
I did, yeah.
I love that.
Actually, that came about because of Zorro. Because I took these fencing lessons, they'll often send casting directors around to schools and community centres. So this local community centre where I took fencing lessons, this brilliant UK casting director called Shaheen Baig, she came around and she saw me there. And it meant that I got time off school to go to this audition, so I went to it, and then they had me back for another one, and there was a whole series of workshops, and I didn't get it in the end, obviously, but I do remember meeting Hugh Grant and Richard Curtis and sitting down with them and reading some scenes.
Incredible. It's based on the book.
Yes, it's based on the book, a historian called John Guy, and it's, the film and the book, it's about Mary's claim to the throne and how she kind of navigates her world, you know, surrounded by men who are trying to control her, and her relationship with Queen Elizabeth, who Margot Robbie plays, and they're both phenomenal in it, yeah.
Wow, he is so tall and handsome. Good choice, Taylor. I would also love to point out that it's pretty coincidental that he almost got cast in Love Actually, and Love Actually is Taylor Swift's favorite movie. Very funny, and just another reason in my mind why the stars have aligned for these two, and I just want to see a red carpet photo of them together. Is that so much to ask? Okay, so the next Joe Alwyn story I have for you is just a funny little thing that happened on the street when some fans spotted him and went over to talk to him. This girl asked him if she could take a video of him saying hi to one of her friends, and then when she turned the video on and hit record, she said, "Can you say hi to Junior Jules for me?"
Junior Jules.
Hi who? Hi Junior,
Junior
Jules.
Jules.
Hi Junior Jules.
Thank you.
Oh my god, this girl has balls. That's obviously a hilarious and very sneaky reference to Taylor Swift's You Belong With Me music video, when Taylor Swift is wearing that handmade Junior Jules t-shirt. It's actually like a pretty famous shirt amongst our fandom. A lot of people recreate it for Halloween or when they go to a concert. And this interaction here just makes me wonder if Joe walked away being like, what the F did that girl just have me say? Like, that can't possibly be a person's name, right? Also, peep the guy in the background with the Reputation tour shirt. Oh my god, so funny. And this brings me to ask you guys a question. I wonder if it bothers him that he gets so much attention for his famous girlfriend rather than for his acting career. But then again, he has to realize that all this fame and attention for this reason is a really good thing long term. I mean, he's pretty new to the acting scene and he's been booking some pretty awesome roles. As he starts to book more high profile roles down the road, I'm sure that he will be recognized for his work on those movies. I just kind of wonder if right now he's feeling a little strange that the only reason we really know about him is because of who he's dating. That's not to say that he's not a good actor. He's actually a very, very talented actor. He just happens to be dating the most popular pop star on the planet right now. I mostly just wonder how he feels about it because obviously we know he does not like to talk to any press or news outlet about her. I'm sure that when he went on live with Kelly and Ryan that his publicist had to be like, do not ask him any questions about his relationship. He will not answer you. And then it's like, what do you think he would do? If he got asked that on a major television network, would he answer the question? Would he walk away? I mean, those things are filmed live and those are really big shows. I don't know. I would love to know your thoughts on all of this. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. And then my little halfy story about Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift is that Taylor Swift was spotted at the Mary Queen of Scots after party last night. She looked really cute. She had her hair pinned back. We love a supportive girlfriend and we love seeing her out and about. Okay, now here's one of the two biggest stories I'm gonna talk about today. And it's something that everyone in the Swiftie fandom is talking about right now. Did Taylor Swift just leak the names of 7 new tracks on her upcoming album? The short answer is probably not. But a lot of us did think that for a while there, myself included. Let me explain. Now, I don't know the exact terminology or process that all of this has to go through, so bear with me as I explain what happened. There's a guy out there named Keith Joseph LeGlue, and apparently he's a songwriter. He wants to someday collaborate with Taylor Swift, and he wrote some songs that he would love to have her sing or collaborate on in some way. He registered 7 song titles, putting himself as the writer and Taylor Swift as the artist in the BMI music database. Apparently this database is open to the public. Didn't know that. Because people got screenshots and they freaked out that these might be Taylor Swift song names that were leaked. The song names do actually sound kinda Taylor Swifty from back in the day, so I think that also fueled the fire. The song names are Breathless, Ugh, One Raft in an Infinite Ocean, Broken Heart, He Loves Me Not, I Own You, and Once in a Blue Moon. Thank you to I Don't Want to Live Forever Duh on Instagram for DMing me this follow-up information. But after he was found on Twitter by a bunch of curious Swifties, he had to address it and explain what was going on. After @ButWeStay13 tweeted him saying that he was causing quite a stir amongst the fandom, he replied with this: all I did is register some work and put Taylor on as the artist. I need to collaborate with her. That will be her decision. Offer is up, but that could be changed at any time. It's up to Taylor, but my arm is extended always. Thanks, didn't mean it to cause any trouble. I hope I live. In another tweet, he said that he was sorry and he didn't realize that BMI released song titles like that. So yeah, another day, another rumor debunked. But please keep these rumors coming, guys. I find them very entertaining and I love digging deeper to see what's true or what's not true and why. So make sure you're following me on all of my social media handles and make sure to tweet me, DM me, message me, all the crazy rumors that you hear out there about Taylor Swift, and I will investigate for you. I'm like your very own Sherlock. Does Sherlock do that? I don't know. Okay, now the biggest story of this entire show, and it's the one that makes me the angriest. You all know what it is. Taylor Swift and the Reputation album got absolutely and unfairly snubbed at this year's upcoming Grammys. And no one knows why. Reputation only garnered 1 Grammy nomination in the category of Best Pop Vocal Album, which blows my mind. Oh my god, okay. So before I share with you all of my unfiltered, uncensored thoughts on this, I'm gonna read you some excerpts from articles that talk about how absolutely absurd it is that Taylor Swift's Reputation album isn't up for Album of the Year, and the fact that Delicate wasn't nominated at all. Here is USA Today's Maeve McDermott's article titled, Justice for Taylor Swift, Why Her Surprising Grammy Snub is Unfair. Of course, Swift doesn't automatically deserve a boatload of Grammy nominations just for being Taylor Swift, and Reputation wasn't the best reviewed album of her career upon its release, but with many of the breathless media storylines that accompanied the album's release having faded to the background concerning Taylor, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and her new boyfriend Joe Alwyn, revisiting Reputation reveals an album that's aged well with time. At the very least, it's a release that's less bloated than Drake's Scorpion, and certainly better realized than Post Malone's Beer Bongs and Bentleys, 2 albums that nevertheless still scored Albums of the Year nominations this year. Perhaps it was a bad sign when Swift's Reputation lead single Look What You Made Me Do didn't earn any nominations at the 2018 Grammys. If the entirety of the Grammys' main categories this year was made up of shining examples of representation, then sure, Swift's exclusion would make sense. But the Grammys isn't a benevolent process. It's an inscrutable rat race that pits the actual best albums of the year against random nominees whose names seem to be drawn from a hat to fill out the categories. Agreed. Rolling Stone's author Brittany Spanos wrote an article called Taylor Swift's Reputation is Grammy's Biggest Snub. Reputation was praised by many for taking risks without sacrificing Swift's inimitable knack for lyrical pop narrative building. The darkness, bitterness, and looming danger turned out to be positive spins for Swift's career and sound. She sold 2 million copies worldwide in the first week and was the 3rd biggest album of 2017. Even without much 2018 push for the album and its singles, Reputation was the biggest selling album of the year according to Billboard, and Swift was the highest ranked artist. The LP's 4th single, Delicate, evolved into a sleeper hit this year, staying on the Hot 100 for nearly a year and eventually becoming a massive radio hit. Though odd, Swift's lack of nominations could, in the most ideal sense, signal a changing of the guard when it comes to what can be considered an award-worthy album. The last few years of Album of the Year nominations have seen more rap and R&B nominees than ever before. The absence of a marquee pop LP could open the floor up to the 2nd hip-hop album of all time to win the title. Okay, so here are all the nominees for Album of the Year from 2018. Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B. Yep, makes sense. By the Way, I Forgive You by Brandi Carlile. Who is that? I have never heard of you in my entire life. Scorpion by Drake. Okay, sure. H.E.R. by H.E.R. Again, what? Who? I don't know how. Beer Bongs and Bentley by Post Malone. I actually really did like that album. Congrats, Posty. Dirty Computer by Janelle Monáe. Okay, I love Janelle Monáe, like a lot, but I don't remember her having one hit song this year. One. Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves. Okay, again, I've only heard just your few big songs, but congrats. And then music from and inspired by the movie Black Panther, including Kendrick Lamar. Okay, sure, but I am just honestly so confused by this year's nominations. Like, what is happening? I understand that they want to like be more inclusive of other genres, and that's badass, and I think that they should do that, but the fact that Reputation and Ariana Grande's Sweetener are not on this list is insane. The same with Delicate and God is a Woman. Like, those are such, those songs have literally taken over the radio this past year, and it blows my mind that neither of those two songs were nominated for Record of the Year either. Like, why? The album Reputation reached #1 in 13 countries. In the US, the album sold 1.2 million copies in its first week of release. It had global sales of 4.5 million copies worldwide, making it the 2nd best-selling album worldwide of 2017. It's crazy, it's pretty unfair in my opinion, and I'm sorry, I have no idea who Brandi Carlile is. And this is not to say that she does not deserve that Grammy. Who am I to decide that? But I went and looked up her song, The Joke, that was nominated all this year. Never in my life have I heard this song. Where did she come from? Same with H.E.R. Don't know them. No clue. It's crazy to me that 2 completely unknown albums are up for Album of the Year, which is arguably the most prestigious and sought after award of the entire Grammys. Again, I don't want anyone coming for me saying that they love Brandi Carlile or H.E.R. I don't know them. And the fact that I don't know them and I'm a big pop culture music buff should tell you something. It really does sound like the people who vote on the Grammys are trying to make a change. And honestly, I feel like in a few years, the Grammys aren't going to be as important of awards as they have been and are now, because when you look at Spotify and Apple Music, streaming numbers just don't lie. We all know who the most popular artists are based on the amount of streams that they have, albums that are sold, tours that are sold. I don't know what the Grammys are trying to do. I get that this is like the year where everyone plays it safe, but we don't want to offend anybody, which is like, I'm so back and forth on that. Yes, you should not offend people, but like, we're getting a little too sensitive here, people. And to me, Album of the Year should reflect what has been the Album of the Year. There will always be people who agree and disagree whenever anyone wins an award, but this category was just so weird. And like that article said, the fact that Look What You Made Me Do wasn't nominated for any Grammy Awards last year, except for something technical, is mind-blowing. You could not escape that song last year. There were articles about it. My decoding video was about it, but not even just me. Everyone else was decoding this video, talking about it, and for them to just completely ignore it that way, I don't know if Taylor and the Grammys are in like a fight or something, but it just seems really unfair and I don't get it at all. Whew, I am sweating up a storm because I am so fired up. I know you guys are too, but honestly guys, I want to end it on this note. We, the fans, voted for her at the American Music Awards. That is why Taylor Swift really sees the AMAs as a more important award ceremony than the Grammys, because that's not even her peers voting at the Grammys. It's an exclusive board of people that we don't really know who it is. While the AMAs are literally fan voted, we did that, we got her there, and to her, that's what means the most. To me, that's what means the most too, and Spotify streaming numbers, because numbers don't lie. Okay, I will stop, but obviously I want to know what you guys think of all of this stuff, so maybe and hopefully this new era will grant us an album that's her most epic one yet. And to also end it on another positive note, congratulations Taylor Swift for being nominated for Best Pop Vocal Album. Who knows who's gonna win, but congrats to you, and if there's any random chance where you ever see this video, just know that I'm proud of you, we're proud of you, and we love and are obsessed with Reputation. This week's video shout out goes to Davina_134. She said, one thing that makes me happy is calling my friends perfect because they are in their own way and it makes them happy to hear it, even if they don't believe it. Also, I love watching your videos every Tuesday. It's one thing I look forward to. Thank you, Davina. That's such a sweet thing of you to write and to do. I love hearing when people try to spread positivity in this sometimes negative world. So kudos to you, Davina. Keep doing you. If you want to be my next week's video shout out, make sure you follow me on all my social media, and then go to my Instagram, comment on my most recent post, your name. Simple as that. Just go and comment your first name, and that's all you gotta do. All right guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to leave it a like. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, subscribe to my vlog channel. I do have vlogs coming, I swear. And stay tuned for the So It Goes decoding, Miley Cyrus Nothing Breaks Like a Heart decoding, and Ariana Grande Thank You Next decoding. It's all coming up. It's gonna be a busy December, but I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.